All right, we're doing one more video because, you know, what the heck. Now, Giant Space Monkey,
Yes, sir.
you contributed this?
I did. This is the Maine Beer Company again from Freeport, Maine. It's simply called Ale, and it says a tiny beautiful something, and it says Ale, and it's very simply named.
I'm Mike, I'm from Brooklyn, and we're here for this beer review, and we're having a good time. You can check out those different beers we've had. Ron will pan through them.
Yes. Louisiana Beer Reviews likes to try all types of different beers, as you may have noticed. Okay, what now? Back to this?
Yeah, so this is a pint. This was brewed on 520 or bottled 5/26/15, so it's very fresh, and it's a little bit lighter than our last one. This is 5.5% alcohol.
Thankfully. No, wait, it's
Yeah.
more than a pint. It's got to be 16.9, right?
It says 1 pint, 0.9 fluid ounce.
Yeah, 500 milliliters.
Okay. Maine Brewing Company, and it's just simply called Ale. He said they just got this in.
Okay. Now, I was saying earlier that their labeling looks a little bit like the Sophie and the Matilda from Goose Island. You know how those have those kind of plain...
Very plain
I
looking.
mean, the bottle design's different, but... Sophie and Matilda, I wasn't ultra thrilled with those. I didn't hate them, but I didn't go crazy over them. I don't know what your opinion is. Have you had those?
I'm not familiar, actually.
I'm not either.
Well, they're okay. You're not missing much. They're good. Now, Bourbon County Stout, yeah, you're missing much.
I love that.
But to be honest, Goose Island, the Goose IPA and the Goose Island, what are some of the others? Their wheat ale.
They have some other good things.
And they have like their red ale, I think, or something. They're pretty good. Now, I was in this place in Brooklyn on Devo Avenue where I bought my subway ticket. The Bronx. Sorry.
We mix those boroughs up.
They're aging those beers. They had Michelob Light in the old hourglass shaped bottle.
You don't see those very much anymore.
Yeah, since they haven't made them since 2008. But so I said, well, they're aging the wrong beers. And they had this beer called Goose Island Brown Ale, and I checked the date and it said best before 2012. I was like, okay, I don't really think you want to age a brown ale, which is what, 5% alcohol or less. So I passed it up. But
That must have been in the stuff we can't get rid of section.
well, you know, when I saw all that stuff, I said, I'll pass. And I walked out, and the guy's looking at me like, You're stealing out of my store. I'm like, every store I go into, I'm not stealing. I'm not stealing out of any of them.
You're stealing my old rancid beer. Come back.
I've had an interesting experience in New York City. I go into these corner stores and they're like, what do you want? Why are you stealing from me? I'm like, just looking around. Is that a common thing?
Yes.
They don't even like if you steal a joke from them.
They're very suspicious.
Okay, well anyway, getting off of politics and back on beer. The lacing is impressive.
It's very spread out lacing. It's very nice.
It's like, what do you call it, striated?
Yep.
This is very mild, in my opinion.
Well, compared to everything we've had, this is the most mild.
This is like their light beer, I would say.
We went from strong to weak.
Yeah.
Yet it does have a nice basic taste. The basic taste is very nice.
The aroma is like mild blonde ale.
Yep, I agree.
It's not too fruity. It's not too citrus. It's not too piney. It's not too nothing. The flavor, it's the same way. If you're looking for hoppy beer, don't go here. If you're looking for like really strong beer, don't go here.
Would you call this a sissy beer?
No. I don't like to use those kind of derogatory terms because everybody doesn't like everything.
That's true.
There's a perception in the beer drinking community that everything has to be 11% alcohol and have 150 IBUs.
And it doesn't.
And if it's not, it has to be undrinkable. Like if it's drinkable, it ain't good.
This is very drinkable.
To me, this is almost so mild that it's sort of not even there.
So
It's
you find it too mild?
It's not offensive in the least, but it's very, very mild and you know,
interesting.
it's more thirst quenching than anything, which is not a bad thing necessarily.
To me, it is interesting, but it has a lot of Pabst Blue Ribbon-esque character. Pabst Blue Ribbon-esque. Pabst Blue Ribbon, comma, esque character.
Right. Without the Pabst aftertaste, maybe.
Yeah, it's like, obviously this is an ale, so it's going to be more of a dirty mouthfeel. You know what I mean, dirty, like, the lagers are snappy, crisp, clean, refreshing. The ales are like more, well, they're dirty, they're not filtered. You know, this beer, like,
It leaves a nice aftertaste.
Yes.
I think you need to drink some more. Well, I'll tell you what, it's a pleasant beer. It's, I don't think it would be fair to say it's dull or ordinary or inferior, because
Not inferior, definitely not.
probably the majority of the beer drinking world drinks the lighter or light, low profile, low alcohol, mild.
But this could be a beer that you could
Beers.
give to your date or your wife, and she might like it.
Exactly. Like if they weren't into hoppy beer or something, this is like the safe beer, I would say, middle of the road.
It's a good gateway beer, but not everybody wants to cross that threshold.
That's easy for you to say.
That's why he's crossing it.
But you understand the point.
Yes.
A lot of people enter at Bud Light and they're satisfied to stay there. Like the neighbors next door, they drink Bud Light. They entertain my beer offerings.
They're not willing to go to the craft beer horizon.
They'll drink it.
But they're not willing to go to it.
No, they'll drink it.
How
They
about, will they buy it?
No, they drink good stuff, Bud Light. They drink it. They humor me. Is really what I'm saying. They humor me. They look at the beer drinking hobby that you and I and Giant Space Monkey are interested in as a quaint eccentricity. It's,
They think we're eccentric.
yeah, it's a little weird, but if you're dumb enough to buy stuff that's not Bud Light, go at it. It's no skin off my back. But you understand that's a large segment of the beer drinking
No
world.
question.
But let's say, for instance, that some of those people would be like my daughter, who wanted to step out above and beyond a Busch Light. So this would be a good gateway beer. And of course, she started with Spaten Optimator. That was her first,
And that's a good beer.
yeah, that was her first toe in the pool. So that was a pretty good initiation. She gulped it down like a champ. So when she did that at Volksfest at Deutsches Haus in 2010, I said, wow, this is somebody that's going to appreciate good beers. And then I think her first formal video review was for Chimay Red Cap.
That's interesting too.
At the time, she said it was a little too harsh, but she said she could see the potential with it.
Well, that's not for everybody. I mean, you have to be into that type.
No.
It's a different style. It's Belgian yeast too.
And I don't think she's had the Chimay Grand Reserve, which is really strong. You know,
Yeah.
But she's very favorable towards strong beers, no doubt. Although, I think if you look at the body of work she's done on Louisiana beer reviews, mainly she's into the flavored beers.
Which is what my daughter is into also.
It's sort of a female thing.
She likes the Blue Moon stuff, that line of stuff that just came out.
Right. And like Average Joe says, she'll talk about how good it is and awesome it is, and I'll talk about how it's really not that good. But
Would she like the Abita fruit beer my daughter likes, do you think?
very much so. But, you know, going back toward this is a good introduction beer, although we take into account that many people would be glad to stop at this level. I have a friend, he drinks a lot more beer than I drink, like way more. I won't get into the stories about the wrecked cars flipped over on Interstate 10, but, you know, why bring that up?
The trail of dead bodies.
No, I'm saying he flipped the car and then he was in the hospital and he said, I'm just going to get up and walk out of this hospital. So he just got up and walked out. All right, but anyway, here's what I'm saying.
He had a good time.
Yeah. But,
Maybe too good.
yeah. But the point is, his threshold is Pilsner Urquell.
Got it.
Now, Pilsner Urquell is what, 4%? It's really low, light-bodied,
Very nice taste.
not a hoppy beer by
Not
any
a hoppy
stretch
beer
of
at
the
all, but very
imagination.
nice taste. Clean.
But if you go out, say, we're going to go out drinking, he's going to drink way more than us. He's going to, like I say, flip the car on the interstate. Then he'll say, now I'm getting started. But what he wants to do with that massive session drinking is drink Pilsner Urquell, which a lot of the people in the beer drinking community would turn their nose up at, which to me is unfair.
It's a good Pilsner. It's a great Pilsner is actually what it is, to be
It's
fair.
one of the beers in 300 beers to have before you die. And
And I have had it.
And I just died.
it's Pilsner Urquell is mild. Yes, it's owned by SAB Miller now, but that's where he wants to be. That's his. He doesn't like the hoppiness. He doesn't like the heavy body.
That's his edge.
He doesn't like the high alcohol.
He likes that edge, and that's fine.
He doesn't like the malty. He likes Pilsner Urquell, and he can drink that all night. And I mean all night.
It's a good tasting beer. It really is.
Right, but all this stuff he would not like it. This what
He
we
might
just-
like this last one because it is more like that.
He'd like it a little bit. You understand what I'm saying, Mike?
I got
He
it.
would really like it.
I got it.
So I'm gonna say 92,
So that's like 8.5.
B plus A minus.
I'm going to go along with that.
It's 9.2. It's not 8.5. It's 9.2.
Okay.
You want numbers? I'm giving you numbers. 92.0.
Okay.
9.2 out of 10.
I put down what you say. What did you say, Doug?
plus.
What do you think?
I would say I would go B plus. I think it's not
So is
extraordinary.
B plus 8.75. Is that fair?
That works for me. Not
I think-
extraordinary.
No, I think a B plus would be more like a 90.
Okay. Nothing extraordinary for me, but I did enjoy it, and I could see drinking it all afternoon, and on a summer day at like a party or whatever. It's nice and easy. It's low ABV.
Is it fun to be in Brooklyn?
Yeah. Now, does this beer have faults? Possibly. What are they? I don't know. Tell me.
Yeah,
I'm
no
fine
fault.
with it.
I thought it's a very good beer. I like it.
Low ABV and low IBU is not a fault. It's a
Right.
style.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
agree with you.
It's a style, and
And it's weird because we've had some pretty elaborate, specific, unique beers before it that it's almost, you know what I mean? It's like you can't compare it to that stuff.
Yeah, and a lot of people confuse style with quality,
Right.
and I think the approach should be factoring out style. Is the beer quality made? And there's a lot of quality beers, but it's a beverage. It's personal preference, and I think people should drink what they enjoy drinking. This
Amen.
is a beer made with rice. Now, some people would automatically say, rice, Budweiser. I mean, it's really good.
I love Budweiser.
This was very good. I liked it. I enjoyed this last beer.
This is a fabulous
Very good final beer.
afternoon cap.
Extremely good.
So, yeah, the whole lineup was profoundly good. And are any of these beers the greatest beer in the world? No. But are any of these beers something that you should go out and try? Absolutely. I mean, I would recommend any of these beers without any reservation. I don't know how you feel.
And we want you to come to Brooklyn.
Come to Brooklyn, New York. How would you agree with that?
Oh yeah, this was a blast, and I thought nothing was less than great.
Fabulous. Outstanding. Okay, well, thank you for watching this, to me, interesting video presentation. And y'all come on to Brooklyn or, New Orleans if you're heading south.
Cheers, guys.
Goodbye.